So, I'm back with a live today. I'm going out of town. I'm going out of town tomorrow on a road trip, going to Phoenix, Arizona, because I'm going to celebrate the Passover next week with an assembly. So I'm excited. Me and my family is taking a road trip or whatever. So I want to do a video about my hair, and I don't have it covered because usually when I now I learned that when I read scriptures and stuff like that, I'm supposed to have my hair covered. So I'm not reading scriptures. I'm just talking about my journey as to how I got here. And I was a person that wore weaves and wigs and stuff like that. So I got notes right here. So we gonna get into it. So growing up and stuff like that, I always, even in high school, like for a while, all I ever wore was my natural hair. I used to do my own hair and stuff like that. And then from time to time, my mom, she was a hairstylist, and she did a lot of like crochet hairstyles. So from time to time, I would wear crochet hair, but I still like, it wasn't like I lived in crochet hair, you know what I mean? Like I'll wear my natural hair, it was no big deal. And so I did that for a while, and then not only that, I had got a perm, so my hair was perm too. So I went through all of that. And um, as I got older, I think I wore a weave one time, and that was in high school. I got it done. I wore a weave one time, like as far as like straight hair weave, like it was glued in and stuff like that. But I never was like really into that. I was just, wearing my natural hair. And I always had like long hair, My hair was always pretty long. At times when I was messing with it, it'll break off and stuff like that. But as far as like having long hair, I never had an issue with growing my hair long or nothing like that. It always was very, long or whatever. So over time, um, as I got older, um, my homegirl at the time did hair. She did hair bomb, and she had did my first. Was it my first? Yeah, she had did like a bomb sew in weave for me, and ever since then, I was kind of like hooked. It was like the maintenance of it. You know, and I felt more pretty or beautiful with weaves. I started attaching beauty to weaves. And so I wore weaves so much. And then whenever every blue moon, you will see me out with my natural hair. And people used to always tell me like, "Oh my gosh, you look better without them weaves, and you should wear your natural hair more," because it was already long. I never had an issue with lengthening like that. But I just got hooked on the weaves, and then later on I started wearing wigs, and then that just became uh my go-to hairstyle. And I did that for a long time, and not knowing uh over time. And I feel like your subconscious mind, people don't give their subconscious mind that much credit, because yeah, we could, your subconscious mind is so powerful, and it absorbs so much information. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't even realize what our subconscious mind is that our subconscious mind is being fed. You know what I'm saying? So I believe over time, I thought that I looked better with a weave in my head. Like I wasn't motivated to get super dressed, super fly, unless I had my hair done, meaning I had a weave sewed in. You know what I mean? Then I felt like I was the finest and all that stuff. When I wore my natural hair, it was just like, okay, this is my bummy day. You know what I'm saying? And over time, I started doing that and adapting. to life like that. And I wasn't even aware that I was starting to embrace other people's hair, and you know, and in the media and all that, they push a certain hair type that's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because you hear about people getting fired for wearing a natural hair, that hair that grow out their scalp, getting fired for natural hair. I'm talking about people of us. It's a distraction. You hear it's a distraction. Kids, and I just recently a boy got suspended from school, I think in Texas, for his locks. His locks is too long. It was a distraction. So it's like over time, like we've been taught to hate our hair as so-called black people, so-called African American people. We have been taught to hate our hair and embrace other people's hair. Other people's hair is beautiful. Other people's hair is not so difficult to deal with and stuff like that. And now I'm not knocking somebody. I'm not knocking nobody now. Now that I like my hair, I'm not knocking you if you wear a weave and like that. That's not what I'm. That's not what I'm doing. I'm speaking on my journey and what I've learned for myself and how I got to the point to where I'm at today. As far as like getting locks. Um, I just lost my train of thought that quick. Okay. So what I was okay, I lost what I was saying, but I'm gonna say this. Like, oh yeah. So you think that wearing a weave is less, not so difficult to deal with. You can just get up and go. But in actuality, when you get these human hair weaves and all that stuff, you got to take care of it like it's your hair. You got to wash it. You got to make sure you know what I'm saying, all that kind of stuff. And sometimes it can be a lot of work. We've been taught that our hair is, first of all, we don't know how to take care of our hair because there's nothing out there where back in the day, with like before social media, Facebook, YouTube, and all that stuff, you wasn't taught how to care for your hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, because our hair, the media taught us to hate our hair. Like we've been taught, and it goes back to slavery. You know what I'm saying? We've been taught to hate our hair and not embrace what comes out of our head. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, um, African, for the sake of this video, okay, African American people, um, we have the best type of hair, hands down. We don't get lice. You know what I'm saying? We got the strongest type of hair. We got the best type of hair. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't got to worry about bugs in our scalp and all that stuff. And so it's unfortunate that we don't look at it like that. And then not only that, the women have been taught to hate our hair, our natural hair, and the men have been taught. Now I hear men say, "Oh, I like a woman natural. I don't like all that weeds and stuff like that." You know what I mean? But who they quick to holler at? A woman with a long weave, you know what I'm saying? And if a lady over here and her natural afro whatever, most dudes gonna overlook her. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of play a role in why women, why some, I'm not gonna say all, because please don't come from my neck, why some women wear weaves, and it was just this video. I think the lady was, I don't know if the lady was on TikTok or whatever, but I seen it on YouTube, where she said that she felt pretty with a weave. Like, she did not feel pretty with her natural hair, and she wasn't gonna ever wear her natural hair, basically because she felt pretty with wearing a weave. And unfortunately, that's a lot of women, and she got so much like backlash and hate and stuff like that. But that's a lot of women that think that way. You know what I mean? Like, I could never go out with my natural hair and stuff like that. And I'm glad after awakening to the truth about who I am, you know, it just didn't sit well with me to continue wearing weaves and wigs. That's like others hair. At first I was like thinking like, okay, well I'm gonna start buying wigs that is that look like my natural hair when it's blow dried out. You know what I mean? Like the last wig I was wearing, it was like it was kinky straight. So I wore that, but then it was just like, nah, I don't even want to do like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even want to do that anymore. I just want to embrace my my natural beauty, embrace me. And so before I even decided to lock my hair, I was throwing away a lot of my wigs, and I had a lot of wigs. And I was just like, man, I'm just tired of this. So I started throwing them away and getting rid of a lot of wigs and stuff like that. And my mom, one day we was talking on the phone, whatever. She was talking to me, whatever. And now she's locked. She just got her hair locked today. Whoop whoop. So I'm so happy for her. But she had called me. This was like last month. Yeah, about a month ago. She had called me. We was talking, whatever. And then she was like, Tony, you wouldn't lock your hair? And I'm like, oh no. Now, mind you, as a growing up, I always liked the locks. I thought I love men with locks. You know what I'm saying? I think they look so bomb. But also on the flip side of that, I was ignorant of how locks were, because um I guess at that time, those kind of locks was like free form locks, the like clumping locks that look long and they're kind of like matted together. I don't like that. I don't like that look. I'll go for a more manicured look. But so I was kind of ignorant of locks and how to care for them and how you still can style them to make them look beautiful and stuff like that. I was very ignorant of locks. But she had asked me that, and I was just like, no, still based off of my ignorance. And the very next day, her and my cousin, because my cousin, she got micro locks, and we was going to go see my cousin, and she was telling me like, man, you should get locks or whatever. So I started asking her like, why did you get locks? And she was like, hair freedom. I ain't got to worry about doing my hair. It's just hair freedom. You know what I mean? And her locks is so bomb. She got micro locks. And so I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, like I started doing my research on locks. Now, mind you, so these right here, I got traditional locks. They're 4 centimeters. I like to wear them like flipped over like that for volume because my head shape, I feel like I got an egg head. You know what I mean? So I wear them flipped over. I'm gonna see if I can turn around. You guys can see the back, but this is how the back look. You know, and I love it, man. My only regret is not doing this sooner. Not doing this sooner. But I had to get to a point to where I had to love myself first. Like I say on here, if you guys been watching my videos and seen my journey on here, I talked about how I had low self esteem, but really, I had no self esteem. It wasn't low self esteem, it was no self esteem. And it took many years for me to get to the point to where I'm at today. I was delivered from no self esteem at the age of 38. I'll be 43 in a couple of months or whatever. So I like I had to really learn to genuinely love me, embrace me. You know what I mean? Operate operate the way that the Most High made me, because I was so busy for a long time would try to copy other people's um just try to be like other people basically. You know what I mean? Which wasn't working for me anyway because it wasn't genuinely me. But now, like, since my hair is locked, like, I'm motivated to get dressed when I go out because I was like, it was like a little period that I was just not even caring. I wasn't, cause I like to get dressed. Closet full of heels. I love heels, and I like to dress. I like to be put together. And it was a period to where I was just not motivated, like, because I was tired of the weaves and the wigs. I was throwing a lot of those away anyway, and I was just didn't know what to do with my hair. Like, I didn't want to. I'm not. I like braids, but I'm not really want to sit there for braids for them to get taken down and redo. I didn't figure. I didn't know what to do. So I came to this conclusion to lock my hair. And the thing about it too is they now that I'm outside of the weaves and the wigs, right? Now that I'm outside of it, again, I'm not bashing nobody for wearing weaves and wigs. This is my interpretation of, not in my interpretation, but this is why I'm out the game of weaves and wigs. Why I retired them and threw them to the curb. Like I um the people now that I'm out the game of weaves and wigs, right? And I sit back and I look and it's like we are so bombarded with weaves and wig sales and all these different companies of selling hair and all that stuff, and they bombard you, and the very people that selling these weaves and wigs are the people that hate us. You know what I'm saying? They making billions of dollar off of hair, you know. And it's like, and I got tired of, like, you don't know what you're getting. It's just like, and you spend a lot of money. I done spent a lot of money on wigs, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, at the end of the day, it's really, for me, it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it. It's better to just, you know, for me, it was better for me to just get locks, because that way I ain't got to worry about it. I just get up and go, kind of do a little, my little edges, but not really. I'm not even into that. You know what I'm saying? I just kind of brush them, and, you know, and I just kind of, kind of, kind of go. So I wouldn't necessarily say getting locks was like a spiritual reason, because some people, you know, it's for spiritual reasons. I wouldn't say that, but what I would say is, and I don't, I'm not even calling it a lock journey for me, because most people are always lock journey. You should embrace it, because my natural hair is this length. My natural hair is this long, right? So what I did was, I got I added some lock extensions to my hair, so that's why the locks look mature. I added extensions to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want to go through the awkward stage of, my hair shrinking up and all that stuff. I didn't want to go through that. So I wanted to go through it with the lock extensions in, because over time I'm gonna cut these out. You know what I mean? I'm gonna cut them out. I'm not gonna keep these forever. I'm gonna cut them out. So I'm just happy, man. Like, I just being set free, man. You guys don't understand how I used to feel about myself, how I used to view myself and look at myself. I'm not gonna be on this video too much longer, but the way that I felt about me, you know, to be this person that I am today, I would have never thought that I would be this person. I would have never thought I would be the view of myself and how I feel about myself and what I'm willing to tolerate and not tolerate with, whether it's men or friends or whatever. I never thought that I would be this person. And I just praise the Most High that He really delivered me, and I'm loving me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm single, and I'm genuinely happy. Like, genuinely happy with just me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not looking for no. Usually, like back in the day, man, I was like I was out there in the scene. But now I'm not even checking for guys, man. I'm just working on my relationship with the Most High, trying to get closer to Him, and reading the Bible, and just trying to grow in my faith and become stronger in my faith, and just those things are important to me, you know, and yeah, so that's why I like my hair, just for to embrace me, and I don't want to no longer embrace other people's hair. That's not, I don't want to do that. I want to and just embrace me for who I am, who y'all made me to be, and I'm done. I'm literally done with the self hate. I feel like for me, as I look back and reflect in hind view, I was self hate. It went down. It went from my hair to everything about me. I just hate it. You know what I mean? And I just couldn't. I never could see what other people saw in me. The ones that really like embraced me and stuff like that, and they would speak life into me and all that. I never could see what they saw. Now I do. You know what I mean? And it's not for me to be like all big headed and you know um blown up in my head. That's not the case. It's just that I'm in a healthy state of mind. Like, and it feels good, like, because if I'd have been like this way back when, man, whew, you wouldn't have been able to tell me nothing. And I would have dodged a lot of self-destructive bullets that I put myself in, because boy, you know. But for the ones that's on here that's been following me and watching my videos and seeing my growth, this is what I've come to, my locks and stuff like that. And so my hair's not covered because I'm not reading scripture, stuff like that. But this video, um, this video wasn't gonna be a long one, like my last video I did. I was kind of like, I've been thinking about redoing that last video that I did about a remnant, but I don't know. I don't know, but I do have a couple of videos that I am going to do when I come back. I think one video I'm gonna do when I come back or whatever. But yeah, that's it. So my hair is like I wanted to show you guys, how it look and why I decided to do it, and yeah, and I'm loving it. I'm not never going back to weaves and wigs no more. I'm not going back. I know some women that wear, I mean, that have locks still wear weaves and wigs. I mean, still wear weaves and wigs, but for me, I'm done. I'm just gonna embrace this, style it, and stuff like that. So I've only had my hair locked for, it'll be a month on the 30th. So it hasn't even been a full month yet. So I go next month to get my retwist, and so I did the interlocking method. I didn't do the palm rolling because my hair grows extremely fast. So I didn't want my hair. I like the manicured look. I didn't want my roots to be all puffy quick. So yeah. So that's it. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. And I'll be back on here. I'm probably gonna talk about, when I come back, talk about my time in Phoenix, celebrating the Passover and stuff like that. And yeah, so you guys have a great evening, and may the Most High continue to bless His chosen.